guys. I just felt the need to sort my thoughts a little bit today about art and life and everything else that goes along with that. I realized this morning that I've been feeling like I'm on an airplane and you've just had a 4-hour flight and you can't take off your seatbelt yet, and the plane is taxiing into the gate and you can't get off yet, and that feeling of anxiety and like just feeling fed up and wanting to get off the plane because you've been on the plane for such a long time. So that's really what I'm feeling today. But it's not in regards to obviously getting off a plane, but in regards to making my work. And these feelings come around periodically. I think a lot of it right now has to do with the season and the season changing, because I find when the light is equal, so equal hours of day and daylight and night, I struggle a bit with the balance, with the longer days going away and the shorter days coming, and I've been feeling very fatigued and very just not fully present as I would really like to be fully present, and also very I have all this pent up energy to get some serious artwork done. And I can't really do that. I really have to do my artwork right now in really small spurts of time. I just can't spend 8 hours in the studio. There's just not that opportunity. And so I end up getting this very pent-up feeling. And I only realized this morning the best way to describe it as being when you really want to get off the plane. And that's the way I feel right now. I just really want to get in there and do it. And I can't, and I'm on the plane with the seatbelt on, and it's not going to be coming off anytime soon. So what I've given myself the chance to do instead is to, I sketched out a plan in my sketchbook last night. So I thought about the pieces that I already have done, and then the pieces that I am going to do, and how they were going to fit into the next series that I want to work on. Even though I just ordered a custom piece of fabric that will be the last piece in the series that I haven't even finished. So I'm on piece number, the second to last piece. It's almost done, and then I have one more piece, and that series is finished. I have a single one-off piece that was in my first August studio vlog, which I'll link below. That piece is almost finished because it has to be ready by mid-November. And once I'm done those three pieces, I want to get into this other body of work, which is going to be about 6 pieces altogether. And I have already made 2 of them. And then I've got 3 planned out, and then the 6th one will come. It will emerge from the ether as I start working on the other 3, which always happens. There's always pieces that come and join in, and the ideas start flowing when I'm actually working. So I'm not going to try to force that right now, but this feeling is very challenging, and I just wanted to share that with you. I'm sure it's a common feeling that a lot of artists feel, especially if you're a parent artist, or if you are in the middle of a series of work and you get a great idea for a new series and you know you have to finish the first series before you can move on to the next one. So yeah, so that's where I am today. little update on this piece, which is going to be called Viewpoint. It was the piece that I was working on in my August studio vlog, and it is very, very close to being finished. So I have put more paint on the bottom part, and I'm sorry my table is not big enough for it to lie completely flat. So we've got the bottom part, which represents the stone, the rounded stone, which is finished. The water here, mountains, and the sky. So all I have left to do is do some more paint on the water part and put the sleeve on the back. And the sleeve is something that holds up the quilt. So if you want to see the back, this is the way the back looks. And the sleeve will go along here, along the top with a rod through it, and then that's how it will be adhered to the wall. So that is Viewpoint as of today, which is October 22nd, 2018. And I hope to have this finished by the second week in November and photographed to be sent in to apply for the show. So I have been working on this piece for a long time, over a year, and it's a little bit of a thorn in my side. So there's a lot of different techniques going on here. There's this new technique, this new style that emerged as I've been working on this, and I think that's why it's taking me so long. There's kind of an initial drawing style underneath, which I then cover and stitch and paint, and then I'm doing this very intricate hand sewn cover, which is really, the texture of this is really what I'm going for, and I just can't seem to create a different type of texture that I like better than this, that would take less time. So you can see here, this is what it looks like before I cover it over with this. And this was an attempt at getting the same effect without doing the same level of detail, but I just didn't like it enough to, this didn't work for me. So this is the next step. Of course, what happens along the edges to this is that you're putting on a really thick layer of thread, so this is going to have to be blocked and stretched out in order to match up. And so this one doesn't really match right now, like parts don't meet up. This is supposed to be a triptych with these parts meeting up. So it's a work in progress, so it's not perfect, it's not finished, it's very long, which I think I may end up changing. I really don't know. But the key to this piece is that it's the title piece for the show, so it has to be in there in some way. And what I'm trying to figure out now is how it's going to be in there, in what capacity, and what I need to change about this piece to get it where I want it to go. And so this is the update for this piece, which is called Transmutation. So I will update you again when there's more to see. The last update I wanted to give you for today is this new piece of fabric that just arrived from Spoonflower. If you're not aware, Spoonflower is a print-on-demand fabric, so you can send them the design and they will print that for you onto fabric of your choice. So this is a photograph that I manipulated in Photoshop and repeated on the Spoonflower site, and then had printed onto a meter of Kona cotton. And what you're seeing is this pattern that emerges from the original image, which is of a dead crow that I found laying on the side of the road as I was having a walk. And I feel like this is really going to tie up my crow work nicely, because I'm going to be talking about the contrast between dead crows and dead humans. And I know that sounds a bit morbid, but it's it's just, it feels like it's a good end to the discussion. So this will be cut up and embroidered onto, and then I'll start the quilting process. It's not going to be quite this big, so I'll probably be doing something like this, a square, or yeah, I haven't figured it out yet, but the pattern that emerges from this I think is just super interesting. So it's going to be really fun to figure out the best way to manifest this image.